34 years ago, he was a lonely street child, struggling to fend for himself and his younger ones. Finding no help, he made the street his home.
Benjamin, for 5 years of your life, you lived on the streets as a street child. That's over 30 years ago. And today, you are picking up street children off the streets and offering them shelter in this place where you call my brother's place. I'd like you to tell me that story.
I wish I didn't have to remember some things. For the child's mind is a tabula rasa. There are things that years after a child will still remember. It all started when I felt helpless. I remember very well, the only time I noticed my father touching my mom was when he was beating her. Those days I wished I could defend my mom or tell my father to stop, but I was just too small. I think I was 5, 6, 7. I even have scars on my body of my dad trying to discipline me for something as simple as going to watch TV in a neighbor's house. But having to look back, the experience of my childhood, especially when my dad left us in 1987, it was actually the time they separated Akwa Ibom from Cross River. So my dad told us he would be coming back to pick us after the Christmas, and he never returned. 34 years after, he went ahead and started a new family and left us in Akwa Ibom. So my mom had to become a single mother, and most of the things she had done in favor of her marriage and family, she just watched them, like she acquired a few things and my dad took everything away. And then she became depressed and had to go to the village. I'm the oldest son and I had to take care of my younger ones, and that was pushed me to the street. I started hogging things like fruits, started selling things on the street. Eventually, I couldn't come back to continue school.
Benjamin was forced to be a hawker at day and on worse days, a pimp at night. A life in the street that broke him severally until help came.
I slept on the street from 1991 to 1996 when a copper who came in to save from Lagos saw me in the stream, and I offered to help him carry his bucket. That was when he started asking questions, and when he heard my story, he decided to send me back to school. So I had to go back to secondary school through him.
35 years later, Benjamin is now an advocate for all the street children. We went out to see for ourselves this harsh reality of sleeping on the streets.
It's about 8:20 p.m. and we've come to see the place where some of the street children sleep at night. This is a shop behind me where they sell clothing. So essentially they wait for the owners of the shop to go home, and then they come in here to sleep and then leave this place very early next day. What a night, you would say.
Come rain, come shine, these children remain on the streets. Benjamin has rescued several of them in this town where he was once a street child. Sarah and Victor lived 5 years on the street, bearing shame, pain and torture. Today, they record their experiences and share their future aspirations as well.
When I was in the street, that was 2013. Life was not better for me because some people were calling us winch. Some people they were giving us some name like that because we are not living at home. Some of them, some people, we faced a lot of problems, especially by night time, the time we were sleeping. Some people will come and ransack us, collect us little money we have, and they beat us. One day we sleep in the night. We sleep about 15. As we wake up, they cut our friend in head. So we woke up and see only the body in the gutter.
I was in the street because my father's siblings sent me out of the house, telling me that we were possessed of witchcraft. When I was in the street, I was busy selling pure water. selling pure water with my brother.
Now that I'm out of the streets, I want to become a soldier in my future.
Happiness is now reunited with her mom and little brother, but her mom can't help but recount the days when she was without her daughter Happiness, and indeed what happiness it was on the day she found her.
I was impregnated by their father, and that got my father very angry and displeased. He came and appealed to my father that he will take care of me and the baby. For 5 years, I have not been allowed to see my children. Eventually, I saw Happiness and she couldn't recognize me until I told her I'm your mom, and she broke down in tears as she shared with me how she has suffered on the streets with her brother.
According to data from 2012, Nigeria has over 7 million street children, most of them traumatized, stigmatized, deprived, and some tagged as witches. Though Nigeria has ratified the African Charter on the Rights and Welfare of the Child, which is the only regional instrument which focuses specifically on children and acknowledges the particular situation of most African children and various factors limiting the full enjoyment of their rights, it is yet to be seen that street children are beneficiaries of these rights. It will take government commitment and policies to get children off the streets, and just maybe some more Benjamins. Amaka Okoye, Arise News.